Well, good evening. Good evening. Happy Friday Eve. This is your girl, Robbin. Welcome to the Mamaprenuer Podcast, episode 50, guys. Episode 50. So, welcome and thank you guys for tuning in tonight for my birthday episode. My birthday was on Sunday. If you know most Leos, especially, we celebrate the whole month. It doesn't matter. This is not just one day. I love my sound effects. Thank you, sis. Thank you, sis. First and foremost, thank you guys for tuning in. Whether you're on Facebook or YouTube, thank you. Tonight's going to be a treat. Of course, this is the national holiday episode, so of course it's going to be a treat just because of that. Then I got some amazing guests. I cannot wait for you to hear more about them, more about their businesses, more about their journeys. And it's going to be a great, rocking good time. So before I get to them, if this is your first time watching, welcome. I always put the audience to work first because y'all in the audience. Y'all not doing nothing but sitting there listening to us. You can do a little work first. It's okay. So first things first, audience. I would like for you to share tonight's live broadcast. If you're on Facebook watching the broadcast, even if you're watching the replay, make sure you share Facebook, YouTube, share. I will know who's sharing because I'm going to do a drawing after tonight's show. So if you share, you get automatically entered, and then I will do the drawing after and reach out to you if you are one of our winners. But I do have a couple of items that I am giving out because I'm feeling that generous today, even though it's my birthday show. Okay. So share, type hashtag Mamaprenuer in the comments. And I'll get with you after show if you are one of our winners. Yay. Also, audience, this show is reaching so many different parts of the U.S. and now even the world. So let us know where you're tuning in from today. I would love to know. Type that in the comments. Where are you tuning in from? All right. Lastly, this platform started from a networking event. And so I know we got some entrepreneurs in the audience. I want you to type in your business information in the comments. Let's network within the chat. So that's your Facebook, IG, your website, whatever. Put that in the comments. You never know who needs your business. There is someone out there that needs your business. I'll just say that. Okay. So type in your business info in the comments. All righty. So I done gave y'all a bunch to do in a short amount of time. Share the live. And so you can get entered into the drawing. Let us know where you're from. And if you're an entrepreneur in the audience, type in your info. Okay. The more you tell people about your business, the more chances somebody will do business with you. All right. Leaving it at that. Let me introduce myself to those who are new to this platform. My name is Robbin. I am based here in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. I work in corporate by day, but I am a serial entrepreneur outside of all things. I've been in the beauty industry for over 25 years as a hairstylist and lash artist, and now transitioning into coaching and consulting beauty and spa professionals with their businesses. It is called Savvy Salon Systems, and I'll be talking a little bit about Savvy Salon here in a little bit, okay? All right, I do a little bit of everything. If you do the close-up on me real quick, I don't ask for close-ups often, but this is a close-up moment. I am a independent consultant with Paparazzi Jewelry, and as you see, we didn't fall short if the virtual background will show my jewels. We got our jewels on today. All right, home of the $5 bling. You can follow me on Facebook and IG at Rejuvenate Jewels with a Z Boutique on IG and Facebook. So come and get your $5 bling today. Plug. Also, I've been a Mary Kay consultant for over 15 years. And we have this baby, which is the Mamaprenuer Podcast, which has been around for over 2 years, which we started out as a Dallas-Fort Worth show, and we reaching people a little bit of everywhere. Everywhere. That ain't even a word, but we're going to create it today. Everywhere. So Shout out to the Power King CEO, Miss Kesha Cash. I give her flowers every show because if it wasn't for her, this show wouldn't be here. This show wouldn't make it to episode 50, girl. We just need a beverage along with this talk here tonight. Episode 50, okay? Again, something that was not in the plan to 50 episodes later. God has a way of putting people in your life that can show you things that you didn't see in yourself. So very grateful to Kesha Cash. All right. And that's my engineer. She made everything in the background. All right. So few things before we get into our first guest of the evening. Make sure you head on over to the Mamaprenuer Podcast website to get you some merch. Check out previous episodes, all the things, see what's coming up. And that is mamaprenuerpodcast.com. Make sure you tune in to see what's next. Make sure you join my email list, all the things. You want to stay tuned to what's going on, all things Mamapreneur. All right. Also, make sure that you subscribe to the Mamaprenuer Podcast YouTube channel. All righty. You got shows, got updates, all the things. So head over to, if you're on YouTube now, just go ahead and click that subscribe button right there in front of you. Click right in front of you. And if you're on Facebook watching us or any of our other outlets, make sure when the show is over, just head on over to YouTube and just subscribe. All right. Also, if you're a female entrepreneur and you're looking for some community, some encouragement, head over to Facebook and join my Facebook group for female entrepreneurs only, which is called the Mamaprenuer Tribe. The premise of the group is a way for us to connect, is a way for us to network. We got some things going on for the Mamaprenuer Tribe coming up for 2024. Looking forward to that. I do host events throughout the year, but you must be a tribe member to be a part of those events. So head over to Facebook, Mamaprenuer Tribe, and send me an invite, and I'd be happy to let you in. But this is for female business owners only. All right. So we talk all things entrepreneurship in there. We don't want to be in there talking, speaking to deaf ears. If you don't even want to start a business, But hey, I love you if you want to join. But that's really the target. All right. All right. Next. Now booking for late 2023 and early 2024. That's right. So if you are a male and female entrepreneur, I'm doing a show for men only. If you are a male entrepreneur or a female entrepreneur, please get with me at Mamaprenuer Podcast, Facebook, IG, talk to the Power Team. They will send that over to me if you're interested in being a guest on this show. This show is a great way to get exposure for your platform. So don't miss out on that opportunity. So again, now booking for early 2024 and late 2023 for guest spots. Spots are filling up fast. I like to call my show the Ross Method. Only when it comes to booking your spot on the show, we ain't got time to make 20 million decisions. Why? Because spots are filling up quickly, baby. We're going into 2024, and it's just about to be almost August. So that should tell you something. All right. So Ross Method, you go to Ross and you see that dress at Ross and you say, girl, I'm gonna come back Friday when I get paid for that. When I get paid, I'm gonna get that dress. And you go back Friday, that dress gone. That's how we treating these spots for this podcast. Also, for affiliate marketing as well. I can't stand you. I can't stand you with these sound effects. I love it though. I love it. Also for affiliate marketing, same situation. Spots are filling up for that. Affiliate marketing, if you don't know what that is me promoting your business for you on a live broadcast without you physically being in the studio. So if you want to know more about that, please reach out to me directly or at Mamaprenuer Podcast, Facebook, YouTube, IG. I'll be happy to provide more info. That sound effects. Anyway, you didn't throw me off. I can't stand you. All right, next. I talked a little bit about Savvy Salon Systems. So with my program, I am hosting a 4-week intensive, and this is for independent beauty and spa professionals. If you're looking to grow your business, take your business to the next level, and you need that accountability, this is your cue to reach out to me ASAP. I am doing a 4-week intensive class for 4 weeks starting Monday at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. So if you want to know more info about that, please get with me directly or get with me at Savvy Salon Systems. That's Facebook and IG. So please reach out to me if you are interested in the intensive, because there are limited spots available. All right. Limited spots. All right. Before I get to tonight's sponsor, tonight's episode also is my birthday episode. As I said earlier, my birthday was Sunday. I like to call it the national holiday. Very grateful for every year that the good Lord gives me. And so I'm just grateful to be able to celebrate with you all today. So let me complain real quick, because we had a moment earlier before we went live. See, what had happened was I was supposed to wear this tiara live. Well, StreamYard, don't want to let me be great, and it will blur out the tiara, and we don't want nothing to dim our shine. So y'all gonna see this tiara today, all right? Happy birthday to me, all right? So you're gonna see this tiara, okay? All right. I said, boy, it just didn't want to let me be great. Jesus. All right. But yeah, it is thy birthday. It is Leo season. Shouts out to my Leos out there. People be talking about us because we be, kind of going, over and beyond. It is what it is. It is in our nature. If we didn't go all out, I think something is wrong with you. If you didn't go all out and you a Leo in the house. All right. Shouts out to my Leos out there. My birthday gets us started. It's great. It's a great time. Great time. All right. Tonight's show is being sponsored by my good friend and fellow Mamapreneur, Dr. Jennifer Edwards. She partners with women to secure your estate, get college paid for, and design financially flexible life. Her firm, Savvy Financial Wellness, possesses a deep understanding of the unique financial well-being needs and desires of women and mom, and they curate a tailored growth strategy that makes your money work for you. Who doesn't want that? All righty. So if you are interested in connecting with Dr. Jen in regards to your financial needs, helping you get started with investments, retirement, college funds, all those things, she can help you with that. She's amazing. You're going to connect with her over virtual tea and learn more at PlanYourEvolution.com. That is PlanYourEvolution.com. Tell her the Mamaprenuer Podcast sent you. She's great. She knows her stuff. So head over there now. Get on her email list. Get on her calendar. She is thebomb.com. All right. Dr. Jen. All right. Going over a few affirmations. If you know me, you know me. So I always do some affirmations of some sort. Before I get to my guest, I like to encourage you guys. I like to call these things today the birthday affirmations. Ooh, birthday affirmations. I don't know why I did this. Ooh, I don't know why we did that, but whatever. Y'all get the gist. All right. So if you're into affirmations, I always talk about it. I believe when you speak positive things into your life, positive things will happen. Tonight's no different. So hopefully these bless you like they've blessed me. All right. Go through these real quick so I can get to my guest. All right. My first one is, I will take care of myself and give my body the rest that it needs. Sometimes as mamapreneurs, entrepreneurs, we do so much. We take care of everyone else, and we don't take care of ourselves properly like we should. So, all right, I will take care of myself and give my body the rest that it needs. All right. I will give myself grace and not be so hard on myself. Any perfectionists in the room? I will give myself grace and not be so hard on myself. All righty. I release any worries or stresses that are beyond my control and focus on what I can change and improve. I know that was long. I'll repeat. I release any worries or stresses that are beyond my control and focus on what I can change and improve. This will be my season of elevation and expansion. This will be my season of elevation and expansion. I will continue to believe in myself because I know that my reward is around the corner. I will continue to believe in myself because I know that my reward is around the corner. And lastly, I am trusting God's journey for my life because his plan is better than mine. I believe, Robbin. I am trusting God's journey for my life because his plan is better than mine. All right, that's it. Oh, my first guest is the fabulous Siobhan Swain. Siobhan, I'm about to mess your name up. I told you this was going to happen. Siobhan Swain, and she is a licensed professional therapist and owner of the Healing Lounge. And you guys just welcome her with warm love. Give her some hand claps in the chat. She is about to bless us tonight. Siobhan, tell everybody about you and your practice.
Yes, well, thank you and happy birthday.
Thank you.
So with my practice, I have a private practice where I'm the owner, therapist. It's a solo business. I see adults only. I work with women who are working to overcome any childhood trauma, recent traumas, and also dealing with any type of grief or loss and life transitions.
Awesome. How long have you been licensed as a counselor?
For 7 years. Licensed independently as a clinical social worker, and then I have worked in mental health fields, community mental health, different nonprofit organizations for over 15 years.
Wow. Okay. So talk about that journey. Hey, this is the direction I want to go in. I want to start doing this. I want to start helping people.
Yeah. So it honestly wasn't that clear, right? Most of us start somewhere. So right out of undergrad, I worked for a community mental health organization, working with a variety of clients, helping them get in to see psychiatrists, connecting them with community supports, helping them with various life skills and rehabilitative skills. Mm-hmm. And I did that for a while, moved into nonprofit work, working with families with a variety of challenges, and did that for a bit. And we eventually start to question, okay, so like, what am I doing? Where am I going? And I remember writing in my notebook, like, what are the pieces of the different jobs that I'd worked that I liked the most? And doing that over time really led me to, I enjoyed one-on-one work. I enjoyed helping people kind of get clear within themselves, who they are, where they're going, what they want to be different. And then I like working with mental health and whatever that looks like for a person. The particular folks who I work with, it's a lot of childhood trauma. It is also a lot of acute trauma. So there have been times where I have done crisis work. Something happens, there is a major event in the community, there is a shooting, there is, something horrific that happens, and they need people who can come in and work with folks in the moment. And that is work that I also enjoy.
Now, do you have a specific target audience? Like, I know you said people with trauma, some people have their preference, women, some people have their preference, adolescents or whatever. Do you have a particular?
Yes, I only work with women, only adults. I have worked with families and kids in the past, but for my private practice, it is going to be women. And with that, it comes with, is someone planning to get pregnant? Has someone recently had a child? Doing work around postpartum, doing work around fertility challenges. If someone's struggling, if someone recently had a pregnancy loss. And so that's where some of the grief comes in. And also birth can be traumatic. So did someone have a very traumatic birth and they really want someone who can support them in that process?
Yeah. Okay. Awesome. So if someone wanted to book a call with you, how does that process go? Once they book a call with you and get to the next steps, kind of what is your intro process like when someone needs to come in?
So people can find me via my website, which is included in the chat, or I'm listed on several directories. Therapy for Black Girls, Psychology Today. I usually start with a 15-minute consultation. I want to ensure that I have a good understanding of what the person is looking for and that also I am able to help them with whatever it is they need. And then if we do the consultation call and we are a good fit for each other, then we usually talk about billing. Are you using insurance? Is it private pay? Make sure our schedules align, and then work with getting our first appointment on this calendar.
I love it. Now, normally for you, is it just for clients? Is it depends on kind of like where they are, how long you do sessions, or do you kind of have a set amount? Okay, we're going to try, 4 to 6 sessions, or how does that go normally when you have your clients come in? Is it kind of just where they are, or?
It's really where they are. Every person is different, and it depends on, have they done work before? Right? Is this your first time in therapy? Have you never talked about these things? Have you talked about these things before, but you're looking for a switch? So it's definitely dependent upon the person, what they're looking for. And sometimes we don't know. Sometimes we start talking about one thing and we uncover some stuff. Okay, well, now we need to go in another direction. And so the process, what I normally tell people is the process will take as long as it takes, right? It would be great if it's like, we'll be through this in 15 sessions, but we don't necessarily know.
Yeah. Talk to the person who may be afraid or maybe ashamed of seeking therapy, things like that. That person that may be a little scared, may be on the fence of, hey, I need the help, but I'm too ashamed to take that step. What would you say to that?
Yeah, I would say that the shame is understandable given some of the experiences people have had, maybe in their families, maybe in society. We know that there's still a lot of stigma around mental illness, but the way that we deal with shame is to name the thing, right? Because we can keep trying to hide, but that's not resolving anything. And so when people are looking to take that first step, even if they're in a consultation with me, I would say this all the time. You need to find a therapist who you're going to trust. We all are using the same DSM. We have the same people who, have taught the theories, who have developed the theories. Mm-hmm. What's going to make it beneficial is, do you trust me to help guide you, or is it a better fit with someone else? Whomever you trust, whomever you feel their style aligns with you, then you may be willing to take that first step, and then it may not feel so scary.
Gotcha. And do you do more one-on-one? Do you do group? Kind of what is your flow of how you do your practice?
So I have done mostly one-on-ones. There are some therapists who do couples. There are some therapists who do families. That is not my ministry.
Right.
However, I do have in the works a couple of groups. I inevitably end up having conversations with my clients around boundaries and what does that look like. And I like to provide a lot of education as to why we may not have them and why it may be so hard to implement them. So I'm currently writing the curriculum for a couple of groups. One will be a group for entrepreneurs around boundaries, because that's an entire different lane when it's your business.
Let me know when that is, child. I'll be there with them.
I will definitely let you know. I have that curriculum written, and I am just trying to figure out the logistics, but it is so easy. That's something I learned when I went from working in an agency to working as an entrepreneur. You can work all the time. and there's still more work to do. And so getting clear around boundaries. And then another thing is boundaries leading up to the holidays. Everybody thinks that they've done a good job until you go home for Thanksgiving dinner, until you're home for Christmas, and now you're face to face with someone who is pushing those boundaries. And so those are two groups that I am planning, and my goal is to have at least the boundaries for the holidays released later this year.
First and foremost, I love the name I love the Healing Lounge. What came about the healing? What made that name? You're like, you know what? I'm going to name this the Healing Lounge. I love it. It's very catchy.
You know, thank you. I appreciate that. I journal a lot. I also am that therapist who assigns a lot of journaling homework. So
Love
there's
it.
a lot of journaling happening. So I had a journal that I wrote in, gosh, this was probably even before I graduated from graduate school. I had this dream of having a business called the Healing Lounge where I was working with women, and I didn't quite know what I was going to do. And so when I got to a point to where it started to become clear to me that I really did have that urge to open my own private practice, I went back and found the journal. I had written it all down, the name, the plan. I had started to identify who I wanted to work with. And so what generated that name, I wanted something that sounded kind of cute, to be honest. I wanted it to sound kind of cute. But I also wanted it to sound like a place where you can come and there is no judgment, where it doesn't have to be stressful. It doesn't have to be extremely clinical, right? It doesn't have to be very stark. It can be inviting and supportive and nurturing. And so that's kind of what drove me to that name.
Okay. Yeah, I love it. I love a good name. Yes.
Thank you.
Yeah. So you talked about writing up something to do groups for entrepreneurs, something for entrepreneurs, something for talk about boundaries and things like that. What else is next? What else is next for the Healing Lounge? The Healing Lounge. What is next?
Yeah, so I actually have a product that I have developed. So I actually just received my sample about 3 weeks ago. So can you see this?
The lights on. That's okay.
Okay.
The lights on.
So I have these. Trying to find an angle that isn't
there we
too
go.
bad.
There we
Maybe
go.
that's not too bad.
No.
So these are journaling cards. I know a lot of people are doing affirmations, and I love affirmations. I appreciate the affirmations you did. My mission and what I love to talk to people about is what is your journey and how can you get to know yourself better? How can you increase your self-awareness? How can you better understand who you are? So I have 52 questions and or some are affirmations included in this pack, where my vision for this is that a person could by themselves, with a group, someone who's a coach could use these, where you pull a card and you ask someone a question. One of my favorite questions is, what do you need to forgive yourself for? I have gotten such valuable information when I ask that question of people, whether it's a therapy session or I've used these cards with friends. I have used them in coaching sessions, and it really does kind of provide a prompt for a person to ask themselves some questions that they may not have asked themselves before. And so those are out for production, and hopefully I will have them by the fall, and then they will be going on sale shortly thereafter.
Okay, yes. Keep me posted on that so you can promote that. You can promote that. I love that you talk about journaling. I am very big on journaling. It just makes a difference. You know, when you write it out, whether you write it out, what's in your phone, whatever, however you journal, you know, I say as long as you do it. It's very therapeutic for me when I do write in my journal. And my journals, and then I have other friends who have their own journals and stuff, and I write in those and all the things. But I love a good journal, and then don't let it have a devotion to it or all the things in between. So yeah, so I love it. I am here for a good journaling session and writing it down, and even something like what you just talked about. That is a good journal prompt. You know, that you can take up a whole page or 2 or 3.
Yes.
Just with that question. So
yeah, people go deep
to thinking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because even what you talked about with shame, we carry a lot of guilt, right? Shame and guilt sometimes go hand in hand. And so self forgiveness can be a very powerful tool. And so, these questions are just questions that I kept track of over the years. It's
Wow.
questions where the feedback, when I asked it, the person was like, oh my gosh, that is a great question. And after hearing that several times, I was like, I should start keeping track of what I'm doing and what I'm saying. And so from there, it became, how can I use these questions that have gotten such great responses and such depth to kind of get them out to more people? And so then the idea of the journaling cards came.
For your sessions, are you virtual or in person or both?
I am virtual only. I am licensed in Minnesota and Texas.
Okay.
And I recently just moved back to the DFW area last year. So
Okay.
I have to have a large clientele in Minnesota. So right now, all virtual.
Okay. Awesome. Awesome. All right. So let everyone know how you can be reached. They want to book a session with you today, how you can be reached.
Yes, you can find me. Like I said, I'm in the directories that I mentioned earlier: Psychology Today, Therapy for Black Girls. You can reach me best via my website, which is www.thehealingloungellc.com. There is a contact form. You can sign up to get added to the email list. When the cards are released, I will release them to the email list first. So definitely, if you're interested, sign up. You can also find me on Instagram at Sincerely Siobhan.
Amazing. Well, so Siobhan, first things first, thank you so much for coming on tonight, dropping gems left and right, pew pew, left and right. I love everything about what you're doing. And before you go, I need you to do a nice fashion show with them earrings real quick before you hop off. just a nice thank you, girl, for the close up.
Yes.
Fabulous.
Yes.
Fabulous. When you come onto the Mamaprenuer Podcast, you're gonna come correct with those earrings. And then and then her bob is bobbing. Can y'all see the bob? Check the bob out. All right, love you, girl. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Robbin.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All righty, y'all give Siobhan a round of applause for coming on tonight. Give her a round of applause. Clap in the chat. Clap in the chat. I'm gonna showcase this crown one more time since our streaming service are like they don't let us be great for my birthday. Later. All right. Our next guest will be up shortly. Make sure you're sharing tonight's live. I had to cut up tonight because that really broke my spirit. So make sure you're sharing the live broadcast in order to get added into tonight's drawing, because I'll be doing it shortly after. And we are waiting on our next guest to come up and grace us with her presence. So she'll be on soon. Make sure also you're subscribed to the Mamaprenuer Podcast YouTube channel and Facebook. We have a guest waiting to sing. Okay, child, who's singing? Who is singing? Sure, not me. I gave y'all a little ditty earlier. I know it's not me. Who's singing? Or who to why she say somebody coming on singing? Anyway, all right. So while we're waiting on my guest to come, since somebody claimed they singing, okay. What was I going to say? Also, make sure you're following Power Team in the Power Team platform. Make sure you're following the Power Team platform on Facebook, YouTube as well, IG, because there are other shows that are on the platform. So you got to make sure not only you supporting Mamaprenuer, but you got to make sure you're supporting the other platforms. So that's all I had for that. My little plug for that. Also, oh, girl, shut up. Come on.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you and all of you. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for the birthday wishes. All righty. I turned 24 on Sunday. 24. Y'all get it? Whatever. Don't mind me. All right. Thank you for those birthday wishes. Birthday wishes. I love um doing it big every year. You know, you should. You should do it big every year because you don't know if you're gonna make the next one, child. Just do it up. Yeah. All righty. And ready for my next guest to come on. Who's the next victim? It's Natanya. Natanya. Hey, girl. Hey.
Hey.
Natanya here for all the craziness tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, in podcast land, YouTube land, this is the amazing Natanya Dow of Georgia. She is, I'm going to call her worldwide. She's going to be worldwide before we know it. Anyway, Natanya, I call her, I thought I'd do a lot, but we're going to call her the Jackie of all trades as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think she got me beat a little bit. So she's the business coach. She's the virtual assistant agency. She got a studio. You know, she running with the big crowds, honey. She's doing it all. She's doing it big. I'm gonna let her introduce herself. You know, I'm very fond of her, but I'm gonna let her introduce herself and all she got going. I got questions.
Hey everyone. So my name is Natanya Dowell. I was introduced as the Jackie of all trades, and I'll wear that, but I actually do master. So I am a life and business coach, and within that business, I do help aspiring and existing female virtual assistants and done-for-you service providers achieve growth and success in their business by providing them with strategy, sisterhood, and systems. So, you know, it's all about building on the right foundation and then being able to scale and make the money they desire to make. And as Robbin said, I also own a virtual assisting agency, which started it all. And just recently, I opened my very own content studio. So I am so excited about that and am ready to talk about all the things that I do.
Yes, girl, doing amazing things. So I'm really big on the journey. The process it took to get to where you are now. Let's talk about that. I want to go into being a virtual assistant. I want to go make it into a business. I want to train other virtual assistants and so on and so forth. I want to be a life coach. Those things. Kind of talk about that journey. Like I want to get here.
Okay, the journey has been long. But I won't take anything from the journey. Yeah. So before starting my business, I was actually in higher education for about 15 years, a little over 15 years, doing, you know, all the things in management, in executive level management. And you would think from me saying that I was, you know, just really making it, right? You would think that I was making like the big bucks and just had it going on. Well, I spent a lot of money going to school. I earned several degrees, you know, trying to work my way up the corporate ladder, only to face a lot of disappointments, to really just kind of feel dejected in the whole process, because I was not finding myself where I wanted to be. But I was still spending a whole lot of money and heading nowhere fast.
Been there. Mm-hmm.
Yes. So, you know, I had dabbled in entrepreneurship, doing part-time things, you know, as we discussed previously. You know, I did hair just like you. I did a few other things, but it was all part-time. You know, it was kind of like I was on my journey to discovering entrepreneurship, I found myself in higher education. I fell in love with the idea of helping people achieve something that could not be taken away from them. So that was the part of it that I truly, truly, truly loved and held on to. Um, at the beginning of the pandemic, I was a campus director, and I found myself without a job after 15 years.
Wow.
And I was laid off over a Zoom call.
Just shut up. No, you wouldn't.
Over a Zoom call.
Wow.
I and my entire staff, my faculty, everyone was laid off over a Zoom call. And it put things in perspective for me. No matter, how much you think you are in an industry that has sustainability or, you think you have that safety net.
Mm-hmm.
It put things in perspective that I needed to create my own safety net. So,
absolutely.
Right.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
I started the journey. Of course, I had a business coach already at the time. I had been praying like, okay, God, it has to be something else because I'm not about to go out here and look for another job to turn around and do the same thing.
Yep.
Because yes, this happened, with the pandemic, but I had actually dealt with it before. I had worked with another institution and we were having a potluck for one of our managers that were moving to another state. Corporate came, sat in our potluck, and we had no idea anything was happening. Like we shut the school down to celebrate this person.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of our potluck, they were like, I know you guys are wondering why we're here. We're here because we've decided to close this campus.
Sound like I've been there. Yeah.
So, yeah, I was the last person there that day. And, after facing that, really hard pill to swallow more than one time, it was like, okay, my gifts got to start making room for me.
Amen.
Right.
Amen.
So through a lot of prayer, like God started telling me, and I'm going to be real vulnerable with you guys on tonight. God started telling me about my gifts and really making me look internally. However, ego started getting in the way.
Of course.
I was a person that was in the director position. I ran the campuses. I was always in management. And you're telling me to start a virtual assistant business. So I'm going to go from the manager to now the assistant. And so I started feeling like, okay, what are people going to think when they see me talking about this or sharing this business venture? Ego was like a huge stumbling block for me. However, my coach got me together real quick.
Yeah, I know who that is. I know who she is. I know she did. Mm-hmm.
Yes, she got me together real quick. And it was crazy because, it also attests to, being under someone that has the ear of God as well, because she literally spoke to me the very things God spoke to me. And I had not told her anything.
Wow.
I had not told her anything. So I got myself together and I built the company. Literally after I got off the phone with her, I started mapping it out. I put it out there. I pulled the Band-Aid off and started telling everybody. Within 4 months' time, I had exceeded my annual salary from my higher education job. So I was like, I do virtual. I'm a virtual assistant. Honey, I was telling everybody.
Don't be ashamed what you do, girl.
Okay. I was telling everyone. Business started growing so rapidly, I had to change my model. And that's where the agency came about. Because I was a solopreneur at first, I had to quickly start bringing in team and, expanding the vision. After about a year and a half into it, and I saw that what I was doing was repeatable. I had, taken time to help someone. I made the step to go into business coaching. I was already a life coach, and I also missed that part of higher education where I had the opportunity to really sow into people and to help people, go from point A to point B or to point Z. So that's where the coaching came into play.
And look at you now. How many people do you have under the agency for coaching?
So for the agency, I fluctuate with clients. And that is something that you're going to find, as a virtual assistant. During my initial, starting point, I had some crazy moments, and I had as many as 10 clients at one time. I would not recommend anybody to do that because that's not sustainable. And that's why that model changed real quick.
Right. Pull all your hair out. Trying to
it's not sustainable. It was very lucrative, but not just physically sustainable energy wise. Right now within the agency, we have 3 really big clients that are all 7-figure entrepreneurs. And the best thing about it is that, I get to do things that I love. I get to, help them to implement the things that need to be implemented within their business so they can operate in their zone of genius. Mm-hmm. But I also get to learn in the process.
Absolutely.
And I'm an avid, lifelong learner, whether it's through reading, whether it's through professional development or whatever the case. So I get to keep learning. And then on the coaching side, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah.
I provide one-on-one and group coaching. So that number fluctuates just depending on, who's exiting the program and who's coming in.
Okay. I'm enjoying my process too, as far as coaching. Like as coaches, we have the expertise, but then there's a whole nother spin on the coaching piece and things you like, okay, lead generation. I gotta figure that out. Mm-hmm. Sales funnel. What's really? I gotta figure that out. So many different factors in that piece. You learning yourself, and then you got to turn around and teach it to others. So I do love that piece of coaching. And then the feeling that you have that you are changing people's lives.
Absolutely.
You just said it. You've helped 3 companies hit 7 figures. So that's gratifying in itself.
Like, it's a wonderful thing. And you talked about like the learning curve of coaching is so important. And, I often tell people this, I would be leery of a coach that didn't have a coach, because you have to keep filling yourself up
all the time.
And that's something that I would not be without. Like, I have to have a coach, because sometimes you have blind spots. And, as a coach, even for my clients, I'm able to help them see things that they may not be able to see. I'm able to come in from a different vantage point and with a different perspective to really help shift their business. So, if you're not in a position of learning through the good, the bad, the ugly, the indifferent, and all of that's in between, you miss the journey, you miss the process. And there's beauty in the process, whether it's good or bad.
Yes, it is. Talk about the content studio. I'm ready to hear about the content studio. Yes.
So this is my new baby, and this is a venture that my hubby and I have
started was in the car when I talked to you last time. Hey, hubby.
I'm sure he's listening. He just recently got home, and I was like, okay, I'm getting on the podcast, so don't disturb me. But we just opened the content studio. I'm about to say the podcast studio.
That's all right. Yeah.
The content studio. We started the venture in February. We actually signed our lease, and then we officially opened in May. So, I had been telling him I had so many clients on the VA side and the coaching side that were always needing content, whether it was, videography, photos, or a space to have meetings, just all of that. And I was helping them look for stuff on Peerspace.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I was like, we can do that.
Make a little cut, make a little something. I love that. And that is so, I'm seeing more and more here in town as well. And I said, I just want to go and be nosy. So you're going to make me fly down to Georgia and just come be nosy and see what you do. Probably do services on top of that. Don't give me I'll get on the plane.
You haven't said anything. You can come and you can actually record your podcast from the studio.
I got a Georgia following. Don't put.
Come on.
We're gonna talk after this. I got something I'm planning for 2024. We'll talk.
Come on. We can have them in the studio. You can have a live audience if you want to. Bring your manager with you. Come on. I got you.
She ain't doing nothing. She can get on the plane too. All right. Tell everyone how you can be reached. If they want to book a call with you with coaching, all the things.
So listen, if you would like coaching in life or business, you can reach me on IG at life_with_Natanya D. And you can also check out my website, which is just www.natanyadowell.com. If you would like to utilize my services, I specialize in operations and systems for the VA business. If you are an entrepreneur and you're doing all the things, you're feeling so overwhelmed and you need that support to get your operations up and going. You need a sales page here and there. Connect with me on IG at Dowell, and that's DOWELL, Virtual Services. It's just a play on my last name. You can check me out there. And for the content studio, you should see it on the screen. It is deluxecreativespace.com.
Well, I am so grateful that you were able to come on tonight. Thank you so much, Natanya. I know that greater things are coming. So just keep at it, girl. Keep going. Thank you so much for coming on. We gonna talk. Yeah.
I'm gonna hold you to it.
All right. Thank you.
All right, guys. Thank you for having me on.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All righty. And then to our last guest of the night, photographer Miss Laura. Whenever she pops on, I'm ready for Laura. So whenever she can come on, grace us with her presence. All righty. This is the amazing Laura. She is photographer extraordinaire. If you've seen any of my recent branding pictures with me in a pink blazer, Laura is the photographer of those pictures. So, ladies and gentlemen, welcome Laura. Hey sis, how you doing? Can you hear me, Laura? All righty. Laura is having a little bit of technical difficulties. That's all righty. That's all right. We will post Laura's IG info, website info on how you can book services with Laura for photography services. She is in the DFW area. So Laura is great at what she does. And so Laura is the mama of five babies. And she is great at what she does. Laura, can you still hear me? Nope, can't hear me. All right, girl, I'm going to talk you up. All righty, I'll post her IG information in the chat. So if you want to know more about Laura and would like to book with her, you can check out that link that I will post for Laura. She's having some technical difficulties, but that's okay. That's the joys of live podcasting. It is okay. And then I'm going to promote her again tomorrow. And so you'll be able to get more info on her business. Thank you guys so much for tuning in tonight to another episode of the Mamaprenuer Podcast. Make sure you share tonight's live broadcast so you can get entered into tonight's drawing for some giveaways. Make sure you're following the Mamaprenuer Podcast platform. That's on Facebook, YouTube, and IG. And the Power Team platform on Facebook and IG and YouTube and everywhere else. And we will see you all in 2 weeks. You all have a blessed evening. Take care.